What is going on? I remember there being a way bigger fight here. Everything's running away. I think there might have been a... Once upon a time there was a heavy bolter around there.
Now that bridge is a testament to the might of the Imperium.
The Adeptus are some masterful architects.
Their work outlived all of them.
Grenades I don't need right now. Ammo. Okay, this cutaway was what I was talking about earlier, where they didn't just let the players notice it for themselves.
Lieutenant, not say these tracks went to the complex, doesn't it?
Because it was you would round this corner and then you'd hear Leandros talking, and like took me a while to even notice the train over there. And at one point they actually changed it so that that dialogue didn't trigger until the dialogue didn't trigger and the train didn't pull up until you got all the way over to that bridge. So it was like there was no way you couldn't see it. And then they changed it again so that you just had the silly sort of cutaway. And that didn't make any sense to me why they did that. Yeah, you would get here, and then Leandros would be like, "What in the Emperor's name is that?" Takes exactly that to kill an orc. This is one of the things that I haven't really mentioned, but I love the way Titus just gets completely covered in orc blood. It just gradually fades away. I think at one point, rather than just going up to this bridge and jumping onto the train, there was and it was really janky, and it wasn't a crisscross mandated cut. It was something that they just cut because it wasn't really working. But you had to like ride on these little one of those little tram things, and catch up with the train and be fighting guys, and then jump off onto the train. I think that was an earlier cut, if I remember correctly. Damn it, guys, man. Kill them.
Now to stop this ram. Time to impact.
No more than 6 minutes.
Time enough.
So now, this train is where some of the first big cuts came. Because it was a little bit longer. I think there were maybe like 2 or 3 more cars in the train that you had to fight through. That they just cut off as just like general small trim. Killing mobs is all about timing the heavy stun.
So now it's time to impact.
4 minutes.
Forward then.
Yeah, they were definitely like way more carts before you got to here. Ah, shit. Taking fire, I didn't know what you're taking. Oh no, there are orcs. Genius. God damn it. Yeah, and then this. fucked.
Never forget. Never forgive.
Ah, yeah, that's a bug right there that I died while doing the pull-off animations. Just pull-off animation, pull-off joke. Yeah. But yeah, dying while doing that animation left me standing there when I died. Yeah, there were a couple changes. Like, fighting this dropship was way harder. Oh. Oh, I can't. Shit.
Beloved markers are the seed of the Indian.
I can't activate Fury while I'm holding a fucking heavy weapon. That would have saved me just then. It's a mistake. One of the things that they also cut out was that there was a period during which plasma weapons could explode. Like when it overheated, instead of it just like losing its charge, it would actually like full on explode, and you wouldn't be able to and you would not be able to use it anymore. Shit. Damn it. Ah. Terrible leading targets. I don't know where Sedonis and Leandros are when I'm doing this. Kind of sucks that they leave me to do it by myself. Ah. How much slower the projectile moves when it's fucking fully charged. There we go. Finally. Yeah, so one of the big things that changed here too was that after that, instead of the dropship crashing and that being the thing that completely derailed the train, like you had to destroy the dropship, and then you had to go into that little the engine room, pilot room thing, fight a bunch of other guys, and then you would go through a door to the side, and you would had to shoot the explosives that were strapped to the front of the train, and that blew the train off of the
The
thing.
Manufactorum still holds.
Some Imperial Guard units made it here after all.
They cannot hold for long. We must hurry.
But yeah, they cut that out completely, obviously. That was a cut that I was kind of apathetic towards because I wasn't a huge fan of that sequence, but
Trying to deliver a message must be damaged. The seal of the Inquisition. Interesting.
What is the Inquisition doing here?
We're about to find out.
yeah, Inquisition and the Space Marines, if you don't really know 40k lore, they don't get along a lot particularly well. Because the Inquisition doesn't trust the Space Marines because of the Horus Heresy, and the Space Marines don't trust the Inquisition because the Inquisition they're kind of jerks and have a tendency to go over to chaos way more than Space Marines do.
An experimental weapon.
We need to find the Inquisitor before the Orcs do. Keep moving. Remain alert.
Serve the machine god by joining corpse removal crews at your designated evacuation center.
That's some of the black humor, dark humor of the 40k.
Captain, look. Orcs must be operating that crane.
They will not stop until they break through that gate.
We must disable that crane.
That's my spot. Keep going!
One of the things that I like, I just happened like a half a second ago, and it's one of the things that it's just a little like attention to detail thing that a lot of games don't do. Okay, ooh, that's close. Fuck. Screw it. But the way that the grenades the hand grenades, when you throw them, they actually have collision sort of thing. So like you could throw it at a guy, and if it hits him, it'll like bounce off of him, but it'll also stun him a little bit, and he'll get knocked back slightly by it. Which is just it doesn't add a lot gameplay wise, but just as far as details.
We must disable that crane.
Yeah, this is approaching like the amount of orcs that I was talking about. That the reason that they had to cut the heavier, and in my opinion, slightly more fun dismemberment modeling, because they couldn't have gotten that many orcs all together at once. thing that's cool when you do Fury is you don't have to do the stupid button mashing to get your execution on the knobs. And that's how we do it.
Do not abandon your work. They might be under control.
Control room.
Forward. Clear out the orcs.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like if you do manage to successfully finish a knob execution while you've got other orcs around you, they all get stunned by the shockwave from it, which is pretty cool.
Cannot allow that.
Push the button.
Number 2 control deck, do you read?
This is Captain Titus of the Ultramarines. Identify yourself.
This is Corporal Antioch, sir. That is... my lord.
I need access to the Manufactorum Corporal.
There is a service lift in the hangar directly below where you drop the cargo, my lord. We can meet you there.
Stand ready. We will be there shortly. Titus out.
A handful of guardsmen holding that huge gate. They cannot last long.
Did manage to bring the axis, robbing the orcs of their advantage in numbers. Kill 'em all!
Yeah, orcs are not smart. They don't seem to realize that strapping explosives that go off the drop of a hat to monsters and then staying right next to them is not a good idea. Gosh. Ah, Jesus. It's Not going well.
My lord, we must hurry. Greenskins are on the move again. If we find the access point we are using, we will not last long.
Kill the Space Marines!